Hey sister. So today I'm going to be showing you how I put fake edges on my boho braids because baby, I got 4C hair and there's literally no way I'm going to fry my hair every day just to get that look. You know what look I'm talking about. So first you're going to pluck. I'm using a frontal first and foremost. I'm using a frontal that's old and crusty and disgusting and we don't need that no longer. So you're going to plug and you want to make sure you're plucking from the knot. Don't just be plucking the hair because you're just going to have broken off pieces of hair still in your lace. Does that make sense? You see how I'm like plucking all the way from the knot? Yeah, do that. And don't be plucking gently. I mean, like you need to be pulling out the hair. You see how much hair I got right there? And that's just from the little front piece. You need to be pulling it off. So next we're going to cut off that little portion of the lace because that's what we're going to use to make our edges. Now you can buy edges like already pre-made for you, but I just feel like if you have an old crusty lace, you may as well get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so once you finally get that piece cut off, you want to go ahead and like part it down the middle, like so you can split it into two pieces and cut that in half so you can have both sides. Basically, I'm going to show you like where I'm going to place the edges. You can place your edges however you want to. These could even be sideburns if you wanted it to, but I want specifically on that part of my head because I want to wear my hair mostly in a side part. But obviously, if you want to wear yours to the side, then maybe you should cut more edges off of the lace. Wipe that forehead off. You can't do nothing with a dirty forehead. I use alcohol pads. You can use alcohol. You can use sea breeze. Do whatever you got to do. Just make sure that you're working on a clean surface. Now, you can use glue. I swear by Bold Hold. Or you can use ORS, olive oil milk spray. I swear by both of these products. The glue is for if you want longer lasting. So if you want a couple of days, the spray is just for a day. It's going to come off with water. It's going to come off with sweat. So I'm going to do the spray because I only want to do one day. I'm really just doing this to show y'all. And then I'm going to take those right off. I actually made a little video and y'all should check that out in my YouTube shorts, Sister Girl. So I spray these on. You got to make sure you dry in between layers. So I use like a little book or whatever, really whatever I can find. I'm going to use it to fan it. I don't like using the blow dry. I feel like it dries it too fast, especially like if you're on your second layer. Mind you, you need 2 to 3 layers of this spray for it to hold. I only did 2 and I really should have did 3 because it kept snagging or whatever. But yeah, you see how I'm using the book and I'm just flapping it. That's what you need to do. You can use a blow dryer, but I would say use it on a cool setting and maybe low. So I recommend just using something to fan it like manually. But you need 2 layers. I would also recommend 3 layers like I said, but I only did 2. So once you get this all done where it's all, you know, stuck to your head or whatever, you want to cut the hair. Like, you see how it's long? Cut it to like baby hair length. I was struggling with these scissors, and these supposed to be some expensive scissors I actually bought. And I don't know, maybe I just don't know how to cut. I am left-handed, so maybe that's the problem. But I ended up using one of those little razors that you use like for your eyebrow. I swear by those. You can get a pack of like 100 on Amazon for like $10. It's very worth it. I'll put that link in the description. But you see how I just got irritated and I ended up ripping it. But yeah, I already put them on my forehead because I already showed you what you need to do. So wherever you sprayed it, that's where you put your hair. And you see I'm like trimming it off. Basically, this is where you're like sculpting how you want the baby hairs to look. So I just basically keep on pulling. You see how it's like I pulled it too tight. So make sure you're being careful when you're pulling on it to like cut the hair and all that. You see how it's secured on that side, but the other side just kept pulling down because I kept ripping on it. So when you get to plucking, because you're gonna have to like pluck to make it look more natural, I got to plucking while it's on my head. You want to hold the piece of lace down while you're plucking. Don't just go willy-nilly because you're going to rip it right off, especially if you're using the spray. Now, if you're using the glue and you like banded it, then you'll be good. But right here, I'm literally doing something super quick. So I have to hold it in place to pluck. And you want to pluck it to whatever you like. You know, like some people like really thick baby hairs. Some people like super thin, fluffy ones. I like it right in the middle just because I like to see the hair. So now I'm just trimming it up because you don't want super long baby hairs, or if you do, I mean, keep them. But I personally don't like super long baby hairs, and I think that it's better to sculpt. Like when you're ready to like form your baby hairs, it's easier when they're shorter. So do whatever you want. I feel like shorter makes it look more natural, but you can definitely go with the longer, especially with these braids. It's gonna like be covered by like if you do a side part or if you do a middle part. So yeah, you're just trimming them up. Now I'm just doing it like as if I was using braids, but if you were doing this with like if you had a ponytail, I would recommend to use HD lace. Like I'm just using regular lace for this, but if you are doing it with like a ponytail that's going to be pulled back, I recommend HD lace, unless you like super know how to lay lace. But this is for people with thin edges, no edges. Sister, you don't have to be walking around bald-headed on the edges. You can definitely do this yourself. Just look at this tutorial and tutorial. Okay, so now we curling the baby hairs. I use a little flat iron because using a big flat iron, you will burn yourself. Be careful. These are really hot. They were like 20 bucks on Amazon. I will link them down below. But yeah, you're just curling the way that you want to. Some people flip up, some people flip down. I personally flip down because I just feel like it's easier to mold. And now to mold the baby hairs, I use the spray, but I spritz it on the little, you know, the little edge brush. You'll see me doing that right now. And I put it on the comb part of the edge brush too, because you're going to use both sides. So you want to comb it into place. This is not what you're going to use to like lay them down. This is what you're using to mold them. So basically putting them in place how you want them to go. And then this is where you'll also like, you'll see like how long the baby hairs are, and you'll trim them up if you need to and all that. But basically this is to put them in place for you to be able to use something slicker to actually lay them. And I use, what did I use? What's it called? Not got to be glue, but y'all, what is the other edge stuff called? Hold on, it's got a monkey on it, or a gorilla snot. Duh. But yeah, I use gorilla snot. So, but I'm just placing the baby hairs how I want to. And this is how you would do that. And then I tie them down. I use a stocking cap because I find that the band kind of, if it's not dried all the way, it'll rip it up. So if you're one of those people who need to hurry up and put your lace down, you need to use a stocking. I'm telling you, it's going to give you the best melt. And you just wait a little bit. And like I said, I use the got to be glue. And this is where you'll need to put enough, not got to be glue, y'all, gorilla snot. You need to put enough gorilla snot on there for it to, you need to put enough. Look, I don't know, just put enough. You see how I lay it right down? Yeah, and I don't use no blow dry or anything to like lay them down. Sometimes you need to because they just start curling up. But if you use enough, it'll be good because you'll be able to mold your baby hairs into place. I really hope this makes sense. And you're going to be doing C-like motions. If you see what I'm doing, like I'm holding my finger over the edges and combing in a C shape. Does that make sense? You see, I'm holding it C shape, C shape, C shape. You're going to keep doing that until you got the edges that you want. It's really that simple. And I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you are subscribed, sister, because I got the content coming. All the hair tutorials. And I'm even going to do some DIYs. So I hope y'all enjoy that. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Make sure you put a little bit of foundation where you laid the lace. Just like, you know, to conceal it a little better. It's lace. So you up close, of course, you're going to be able to tell that it's lace. But nobody should be that close in your freaking face unless they're giving you a kiss. Okay? But yeah, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you're watching this video all the way through. If you made it all the way to the end, make sure you drop a snowflake in the comments.